The next section on your review has to do with angles and angle measurement. And so the first, problem number 9 asks us to draw an example of each type of angle. And so for part A, it says an acute angle, and I remember that acute means less than 90 degrees. So when I draw my picture, I want to make sure that my angle is smaller than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is larger than 90 degrees, so that might be something more like this. Whereas a right angle looks like the corner of your piece of paper, right? So this should be a 90-degree angle. So when we show that something is 90 degrees, we put the little box in the corner. So even if I didn't draw this perfectly, that little box in the corner indicates that it's a right angle. The last is a straight angle. And so in this case, I'm going to draw a straight line, but I'm going to put a point here in the middle that shows that that's the vertex. And so it might be helpful to include a vertex on all of your points, on all of your angles. And so this shows that this straight angle is 180 degrees. So these types of angles are going to be helpful as we move on to the next section. So for number 10, it says, for the figure at right, what are 2 other names for angle 4? So angle 4 is this angle right here. So they want to know, what else can I call this angle right here? And so if I'm not naming the angle by its letter, or by its number, I have to name it using points on that angle. And so one way would be to name it angle AEB, AEB, and the alternative would be to read it in the other direction, BEA. In this case, it's not appropriate to call it angle E because there are other angles that technically have that same name, and so we would call it one of these 2 names instead. It does, though, ask for the vertex, and the vertex is point E. So if I'm doing something more like number 11, it's just asking me to sketch a picture of angle TRS in the box. So it doesn't tell me what type of angle, so I can do an obtuse, acute, it's entirely up to me. But I want to label it TRS. And the middle letter is always the vertex, so that's important. You could switch your S and your T, but you cannot switch where the vertex is. So the vertex is R. When we name the sides of that angle, we name them based off of the ray. So we start with the vertex, R, and go out to the side. So RT with the little ray symbol over the top. And the other side is ray RS. So 2 additional names for this angle might include the reverse order. So angle SRT would work. The reverse is what we started with. And here, because there is nothing else that could go by the same, we could potentially call this angle R. So questions 9, 10, and 11 all have to do with being able to talk about angles and describe them using the information given in a picture. So how would you name an angle, and can you identify the vertex, the side, and draw some angles?